The media's obsession with creating true crime content and the audience's obsession with consuming this content is widespread. I have no doubt that if you haven't been a fan of true crime, the subject has come up in conversation at some point or you have definitely heard of it. True crime content is interesting, engaging, and just mind-blowing. As a true crime consumer myself, I find myself wondering, why am I a fan? Why do I enjoy this genre so much? And is this obsession healthy? The issue of true crime in the media comes down to a few things: unnecessary exposure of victims and their families, the commodity of this exposure where true crime exists, the public sphere involvement in investigations and the legal process, and the correct representation of facts and other truths. The public's obsession with true crime doesn't come without implications. These issues are extremely important to consider as a true crime consumer or creator, because this content is not just a story, it is someone's reality. Some argue that victims and their families don't want to be put through the same trauma they have already experienced unnecessarily, where others may argue that true crime can be a useful tool for justice, especially when that content is popular in the media. It is also important as victims don't want others to take advantage of their stories to make money from their trauma. As a consumer of true crime, it is important to consider whether the involvement of the other audience members hinder or strengthen cases, and whether this may be harmful for the legal proceedings, and some would argue it might do both. Backing a cause or a case without careful research and taking facts from unreliable sources can be quite dangerous. Consumers of true crime must also consider the bias some true crime content can have and what might be purposely left out to persuade them of this bias. These issues have been addressed by research into the true crime podcast audience and what they do with the text. It can also be highlighted that moral panics of watching violence creates violence, such as the Bobo doll experiment by Albert Bandura in the 1960s, is not supported by research by Boling 2018, which states the audience watch true crime to be informed and entertained. Where true crime series have been made from not interviewing families and survivors of true crime has been argued to bring up unnecessary and blind trauma, triggering many. However, others say true crime stories of other survivors are empowering and may help other victims speak up about their own experiences. Mandatory consultation of victims and their families, consultation of the accused families, producing with all viewpoints and all crucial facts, consumers listening to other forms of true crime on the same case, and also researching before responding to a call of action.